Hey guys. So, disclaimer, because what you're about to see is written by someone for the Wall Street Journal, we're going to operate under the assumption that this is not satire, this is not parody, that this is a legitimate article. And for Wall Street Journal, I would love to view it on their site, but in order to do that, you need a subscription. I'm not doing that crap. So I came onto Twitter and, you know, also the oh, but this is the author of this article. Again, we're operating under the assumption that this is a real article because it's not the Babylon Bee or the Onion or anything like that. It's the Wall Street Journal. So there's that. But this was February 10th, 2022, so a little older. But it just shows the entitlement that people have. Here's why I'll be keeping my shoes on in your shoeless home. Why are you assuming that your guests' shoes are dirtier than your floors? Maybe because the floors on the inside aren't going outside, and that you're taking whatever you're walking through and bringing it into the house. For instance, any of you who've worked retail, you'll know exactly what I'm about to talk about. How many of you have worked retail? How many of you have worked retail on a rainy day? Yeah, there you go. Now, when I go down to Dollar General on a rainy day, there's the two mats. There's the one on the outside of the building, and then the door opens, and immediately there's another one. So I get to the first mat, and I start looking like a freaking chicken, kicking my legs, trying to get the crap off my boots, because I know there's rocks and dirt and this and that. And then I go in, step onto the other mat, which actually kind of has a slightly different texture. So it's like, okay, try to, start kicking again. And then for about 10 seconds after I'm walking, and I stop and turn around, and there are these big, because I'm a size 14 for people who don't know. I'm 6'4" and I'm a size 14. So my tracks are pretty noticeable. And you'll see them going from the front all the way to partially to the lane, the aisle where I kind of stopped and turned around. So maybe people don't want that in their house. Some people don't care. It's like, oh, well, we sweep, we mop, we this, we that. Well, not having shoes on, which is a part of like Asian culture, you'll see it in Japan all the time, and China and Korea. Some people just, it's easier to keep it clean when it's not being exposed to the dirt and everything from the bottom of your shoes. Like you've seen it in, with Japan numerous times. If you watch anime or wherever, I'm sure you've seen it. You see them running home, they open the door, they throw their bag down, if it's raining or whatever, they take their umbrella or whatever, put in the little designated area, they take their shoes off, put in a little cubby or, just on the floor by the door, and they have slippers waiting out already, for them to slip on and go throughout the house. Now, the person does talk about something like, unless it's for religious or cultural reasons. I'm sorry, who are you to say? So, well, unless it's for cultural or religious reasons, I won't be taking my shoes off in your house. And here are the reasons. Um, uh, Instead, shoeless homeowners prefer to do the easy thing and point at my shoes and deliver the unspoken message. Chris, welcome to our home, where your filth is filthier than the filth we already have on our floors. Are you? I'm sorry. Are you assuming that they live like fucking pigs or something, and that their floors are just nothing but like mud and dirt and dust and debris, and that they never fucking take care of it? Because I guarantee you, your shoes are dirtier than the fucking floors. If these are people who maintain their home, yes, your shoes are in fact dirtier than that floor because you just came in from outside tracking dirt and bugs, you know, that you're stepping on as you're walking down the, you know, walking up the driveway or the, you know, whatever. So yes, your shoes are in fact dirtier. And it's not just you that I'm sure they're asking. I'm sure they ask that of all their guests there, saying, "Hey, just take your shoes off. It's not against you. It's just a rule of the house." But the entitlement. Um, to add to the ignominy. Next comes the physical challenge of taking one's shoes off. You ever have one of those days where you're just like, "Oh, you can't take off my shoes. It's just too hard." I mean, I wake up, I'm in fucking pain 24/7. You know, there are times like in the winter, I have both my knees, tendons, ligaments ripped. When it's freezing out, it feels like someone's taking whatever's just loose, just like bunching it up and holding it behind my leg. And I can't move my, you know, bend my leg at the knee because it hurts way too fucking much. So yeah. So if you take off your shoes, I sit on my fucking bed and take off shoes. Now she's like, "Oh well," she says something about unless there's a thoughtfully placed bench stool, why don't you fucking sit down on the floor? Kids do that all the time. They sit on the floor, they take their fucking shoes off. Stop being a whiny fucking bitch. You're how old and you're fucking like, well, unless they have some place that for me to take my shoes off. Shoed visitors are required to lean against a wall to take off the shoes. What if a visitor is elderly or infirm or just has bad balance due to just one fucking excuse after another with this bitch, isn't it? I'm afraid I can't take my shoes off because the nail on my pinky finger on my left hand hurts. It's falling. Okay, so why can't you take your shoes off? Because it's falling off. Okay, I get that, but what does that have to do? You don't understand how much it hurts. Like, I'm sorry, what does any broken bone down? Just again, you don't have to stand there. Sit down there like a child and take your shoes off. It is difficult for me to take off my shoes, even in the best conditions. What if I topple over and injure one of my few undamaged body parts while complying with your ridiculous shoeless home diktat? Once you stop laughing, you'll feel. Are, are you sure about that? Because I don't know about you, but I'd 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 call for an ambulance or something. I'd be still laughing every step of the way. As soon as the ambulance gets there, she's getting put into the ambulance, I'll be fucking laughing. I'm gonna be fucking laughing. Cause you know, she'll be on the ground. This is what happens. This is what you get for not letting me keep my shoes on. Like, yeah, bye, bitch. Um, yes, a white woman wrote this. Benicula. Um, yeah, just like, wait, no, a doormat is not enough. No, someone's floors are not dirtier than soul. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just the freaking, like I said, it's just entitlement. Entitlement. Again, this is the Wall Street Journal. It's not the Babylon Bee. It's not the Onion. This is the person who wrote it. It's an article. See? Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal. So, because I mean, clearly it's the way they're putting it, it's to get you to click on because you're like, okay, this is so fucking ridiculous. But then you find out it is ridiculous. That it wasn't just a clickbait. No, the whole article itself is actually ridiculous because this woman truly believes that she doesn't have to take her shoes off in a home when people say, hey, can you please take your shoes off? Assuming that it's like, well, I have broken bones in my feet, so you should let me know. Like, what about this? Like, do you sleep with your shoes on, lady? Do you take a shower with your shoes on? Because oh my god, my broken bone down there, it hurts too much. So you take your assuming you take your shoes off in your own home when you get home. Apparently, assuming you don't sleep in them or shower in them. What's so hard about fucking taking them off in someone else's house? So, I mean, the woman knew what she was doing when titling this article. You know, the for the clicks and all that. But it wasn't like a bait and switch. No, it's as ridiculous as it sounded. You know, she's just trying to justify all of it, but like, well, uh, it hurts for me to take my shoes off, and due to broken bones down there, duh, duh. So unless you have a chair or something I can sit on, well then sit on the floor like a child because that's how you're acting. Why don't you go sit in the corner at it while you're at it too? But no, she got completely scorched when she in 2022 apparently. Because you see these are all from 2022 and they're all basically like, bitch, are you fucking high or something? Let's just all agree we won't invite Chris Frieswick to over to our place anymore. Because they walk around in them outside. The whole thing is so yeah. Oh, kitty kitty. It's a disrespectful bitch. If you're in someone else's home and their rule is to take off shoes, you respect their rules and take off your shoes. It's that simple. If that's too much for you, don't go to their homes. It's the sense of entitlement for me. Yeah, it's the sense of entitlement for me with and her bullshit story on Wall Street Journal. And it's not a white person thing. This is just people who believe that they're the center of the universe. This is narcissism. This is entitlement. It has nothing to do with skin color. Not every house is like yours. Yeah, I wonder what her house is like then. Probably fucking tracks all over the place. Here's why you'll be get the fuck out of your house. So as you can see, there's like no one agreeing with her. I mean, of course, in the comments you get those people like, "She's right, you know." Is never setting foot in my house. You take your damn shoes off, or my roommate's orders you. It's, or my roommate orders you to, at gunpoint, to exit the premise. Worry about yourself. Taking one's shoes off when entering a building is a pillar of Japanese culture. So if this is, yeah, I mean, it's not really that. She said kind of something about unless it's like for religious or cultural reasons. Cute shoes. I'll take them off. Oh wait, what's this? My former handle has been taken over by an impersonator. Please disregard. I'm trying to reinstate by X. The impersonator is hacking anyone who clicks on the DMs from this account. Interesting. I am the king. But will never be invited. When does this bitch have a problem with respecting a simple policy embraced by millions? So you can see these people are just tearing into her. And rightfully so. The sense of entitlement, the one person says, oh, it's a white thing. No, it's anyone. Anyone can have that entitlement and narcissism and shit like that. It just so happens that this person with this entitlement happens to work or used to work for the Wall Street Journal. I don't know if she's still there. I don't frankly care. But that's the reason why she's able to talk about it, because she wrote for them. So so it's just her entitlement on display. Doesn't matter what color you are. Doesn't matter color, race, religion, whatever. Entitled people. But if you're going into someone's home and they say, "Hey, take your shoes off," take your fucking shoes off. Because again, if you've worked at retail, if you know you're seeing tracks all over the floor, just because you have a carpet that may not be, as a light a color allowing you to see it, it's still there. It's still there. So if you have like a brownish carpet or something more ground colored, you're not going to see it as, good as if it was like white or more of a bright color, but it's still there. Again, like for my footprints, I'm a size 14. They're pretty fucking noticeable, whether it be in the store or if I come in from outside and I happen to see them. I don't wipe off my shoes well enough outside on the mat, and I'll see like one giant footprint. I'll take my shoes off, carry them into my room, go back, clean the floor off, and there you go. But I mean, my footprints are pretty fucking obvious. Um, but I make the attempt, and like I said, if I get in and I see that they're tracking, I just take them off at the door and just. But the sense of entitlement of, oh well, I feel like they're just calling me out. Do they really think that their floors are more clean than the bottom? Yes, that is the case. Their floors, I guarantee, are cleaner than the bottom of your shoes after you just came in from outside, stepping in dog shit or fucking bugs and dirt and all that other shit. I guarantee you their floors are cleaner. But again, the Wall Street Journal, this isn't the Onion or Babylon Bee, or this is what used to be, well, I should, for people, a credible source of information. But then now you have this shit. So she did her job. She wanted the clicks. She purposely titled it that, to kind of enrage people and get them to click on it and possibly pay for this subscription for Wall Street Journal, only to find that it's just her with endless excuses, and it was just as ridiculous as the title sounded, and she was torched. She was torched. Um, I mean, I don't know what she did. Well, then she did say she got her thing suspended. Hang on, let me see if I can actually find a new one for her. All right, so the one we saw was this writer, cyclist, humor, Jin. Uh, doesn't seem to have anything. Joined 2024. Why do you hate Asians? Why so disrespectful? Shoes are the dirtiest part of the outfit. Yeah. I'm not taking my shoes off. Fine then, you can leave. Damn, you're getting cooked in the comments. Hold up. Let him cook. Um, your damn shoes off. This you? No rest, no reprieve. What? To be fair, your filthy ass feet might be even more dirty than your shoes. It seems like you have a habit of putting your feet in your mouth. I don't know. I guess this might have been stuff from like before the account was taken down. I bet the hacker is someone you know and you didn't take your shoes off when you visited their home. uh, sounds like somebody who doesn't take their shoes off in other people's homes. For the shoe thing and another for the entitlement. Yeah. That's hilarious. So I don't get it. Oh, is this just like the I guess that's just like the unrelated stuff. Actually, it seems like if that's what was coming up, who to follow, I'm guessing that whoever hacked their account might, might have just started following a bunch of foot fetish accounts. So it's like when you follow someone on here, kind of like it's like a recommended for you kind of thing. So if this stuff is putting, getting under hers or something, um, then, or wait, no, because this is a screen cap, maybe it was the person taking the screen cap. Who knows? But I just think it's funny the fact that about her taking her shoes off, and here's a thing for feet apparently. Uh, so the irony. Um, but anyway, yeah, the entitlement at its finest. Um, but let me know what you think. Do you take your shoes off? And before anyone says it, wow, John, you've got some big feet. Yeah, I know. Again, I'm 6'4". My feet are huge. My hands are huge. My heart is even bigger. No, I, I don't have one of those. Um, but are you one of the people who take your shoes off and you make others, or is it just like, oh no, they're the guests, don't worry, we'll just clean up after them? Or is it like, hey, you come into the house, you take your shoes off? Um, but yeah, also retail people who worked retail, grocery stores, even fast food or whatever, anywhere that has a floor that's where it's noticeable. Yeah, and you ended up getting stuck, cleaning it. Yeah, let me know. But yeah, entitlement at its finest. But that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.